Well, I'm not looking forward to this session, it has to be said. Cape Town was the scene of a car crash last season. We were hopeless. But this season, we're prepared. Our car is better on the tyres, and we will take more care when it comes to preparing ourselves for whichever tyre is going to be best for this race. In terms of the car, we have fit the new gearbox to Sundin's car. It's almost to 100% reliability. We're still working on the performance of all the fitted parts, and we are a couple of days away from another gearbox. But there's a day to go until the race, and the reason why we're not quite at the race weekend this time is because there is a vote to shorten the races. Is that so? Okay, so a faster race length, allowing for more chaotic results. That would benefit low quality teams. Not only that, but of course the tyres, tyre wear situation in a shorter race, which we are forced to do 2 stops, of course. Don't forget, we're forced to do 2 stops. A shorter race distance would be really, really good, actually. The only 2 teams it wouldn't benefit are the top 2. Pretty much everybody else this would benefit, so I'm kind of tempted. But we are getting better. And you know, if we allow this to pass, we don't know exactly when the opportunity will arise for us to make the race length longer, when it'd be more suitable for us. I have a feeling this is going to pass, regardless of what we do, unless we really waste voting power on this. I'm not massively for it. I know it would benefit us, certainly, but you know, it's the cream. It's the cream of the crop. It's the top of motorsport. We shouldn't be racing short distances. We should be racing longer distances, technically speaking. But to assist us, it may help us this season to get higher in the constructors. It may even help us next season, because we're not going to be the best team next season. We're not going to be one of the top 2, even the top 3. So I think it's a good time to do it. So we shall vote for this. But we're only going to use 1 vote, because I do think quite a few people will probably vote for this to pass, judging by how many teams it would benefit. Here we go. Well, ooh, people are using double votes here. Oh, maybe I should have used a couple of votes then. Oh my god, how many people are against this? Okay, so it actually didn't pass. Ooh, maybe we were wrong. Of course, the 2 were going to do it. Panther, probably. They're a big team. Why have they voted with 2 votes? I wonder. Okay, it's not a massive issue. But it would have been beneficial, but ultimately, who cares? Who cares? Come on, this is, as I said, the only thing that was kinda nagging is that it's you know, we should be racing longer distances because we're in the top tier. Alright, so we're now up to 100%, I think, with the gearbox. Yes, we are, which means that we're back on with the full allocation of staff on the parts performance. Right, this is where the issue comes in. 26 laps, it's a long old race. Although the lap distance is fairly short, but it's medium tyre with the softest compound, so it's going to be interesting to see the strategy here. Now, I really don't think the ultra softs are going to be viable in the race for either driver, really. Although the track temperatures are fairly cool, so that means we're going to have to push the tyres to keep the heat in, which is going to burn them out quicker. So I'm thinking the best tyre for the race is probably going to be the super softs. But we do need some tyres to qualify on, but we're not going to go mad. We're actually only going to go for 6 with Sundin. We might go for 7 with Sirikov just because he's better on the tyres. We're going to go with 6 super softs just because we're not going to qualify on these, so we don't need so many. In fact, we could get away with 5 really. 1 for the practice and 4 for the race. Would be more than enough. In fact, that's probably even too much, but anyway, we'll go for 4. That's probably too. Okay, 753. That's fine. Okay, so yeah, join me for qualifying and just keep your fingers crossed because I got a feeling this is going to be a struggle. Alright, so we work like troopers to try and get ourselves as much bonus as possible across all the different tyres. And we didn't do too bad a job. I shall show you. It's qualifying, it's a dry track, which means it's going to be simulated. Temperature's fairly low, actually. Right, it was about 18 degrees in practice. It's dropped quite a bit for qualifying. So we have maxed out the ultra soft tyres, particularly for the qualifying, and maxed out qualifying and race trims, and then we've gone for 10% for both super soft, the medium of the 3, and the soft. Just because we're probably going to use all of these tyres across the race weekend. I think Sundin's going to have to make some use of the soft tyre, maybe even 2 stints on the soft tyre, depending on how she does. Sirikov is probably going to go super, and 1 set of softs, and then ultras for qualifying. So we're going to use the whole damn lot. So it was important that we maximised the performance across the piece. Just make sure that they've got the right tyres on for qualifying, the ultra softs. Indeed we have. Weight stripping done. Let's see where we qualify. Okay, that's roughly where we usually qualify. Although, oh! Come on, we've got 1 more hot lap here. Can they improve? Oh, look at that. Not bad. Not bad at all. Qualifying over, we finish 11th and 12th. Which I think in the last race we qualified 11th and 13th, did we? Or was that the race before? I'm losing track. Anyway, this is roughly where we qualify. I notice again we struggle to break into the top 10. We're not a million miles away. Only a 10th, but it is a short lap. So this is not good. It's looking less and less likely with every race that we're going to make it to higher than 6th in the constructors, which is disappointing, it must be said. But nonetheless, both drivers getting very, very close times. Look at that. There's only 1/100th of a second between the two. Sundin pulling out all the stops here. All the stops. Thank you, Whitney. Appreciated. So let's take a look at the race. Let's take a look at the race weather, shall we? It's predicted to be sunny. It says sunny. Let's hope it. I mean, a bit of rain might have spiced things up. Actually, but it's. I don't know if you get a lot of rain in South Africa. Do you? I'm not so sure. Anyway, it's 13 degrees. It's not massively hot, which is good for the tyres because the softer the compound, the quicker they overheat. So there's not going to be too much overheating. So this will assist in making sure that these last a little bit longer. We don't have to push them to keep the heat in so much. But then again, we do want to push them because it's going to allow us to go quickly. Right, so what we need to do, we'll start with Sundin here. Now we're going to have completely 2 different setups going on here. 2 different strategies based on the wear rates of the tyres. Now it's 26 laps. That's at least 2 9s and an 8 lap stint. None of the ultras can do that amount of laps for Sundin. So she's probably not going to use those. These super softs can do 9 at a push. And that is really pushing it. which means that she's going to have to not push these tyres for too long, otherwise they'll probably only do 8 laps, which is not ideal really to start with. So we've got a choice. We can go on the super soft to start with and do a short stint, an 8-lap stint, and then come in and then go for a set of softs and then see how long they last and then play it by ear for the final stint. Or we could go long on the first stint, put the soft tyre on to start with, have her push these as long and as hard as she can, because she can probably get 9 laps out of these if she rags them around. Plus the temperature of the track isn't massively hot, so they won't overheat. So I'm thinking, I'm going to try it. This could be a fatal error. This could be a fatal error. She could go backwards at the start. But I'm going to try her on pushing hard on the tyres and going long. So full tank of fuel. Just keep her pushing as hard as she possibly can and just see where it takes her. I'm not even going to estimate what lap she's coming in. 10, 9, 8. It all depends on how quickly the fuel burns and how quickly the tyres wear out. So this is a bit of an experiment with Sundin. With Sirikov, we're going to play it a bit more normal. What we're going to do with him is we're going to go on the softs. These can, the super softs, sorry. These can possibly do. We can do 2 stints on the super softs with him, and then we might be able to eke out an ultra soft stint. So we're going to try that. But first, we're going to do the super softs. We're going to bring him in on lap 9 if we can. So take out some fuel. Bring him in lap 9. Stick him on another set of super softs. And then his final stint will be on the ultras, which you can probably get 8 laps if he doesn't push them too hard. But again, we'll play it by ear. He might just go super soft, super soft, super soft, and we can push him as hard as we can. Right. Kind of getting that. Kind of getting there. So in terms of the knowledge then for each driver, of course, both of them are going to use race trim, but Sundin is going to be mainly using the soft tyres. And because she's pushing on the soft tyres early, let's give her the soft tyre bonus. And of course for Sirikov, he's going to be using these super softs mainly, so give him the super soft bonus, and of course the race trim. We're going to have to go for this. This is going to be a real strain on the parts of the car because we're going to be pushing for long periods of this race. But it's the way it's going to have to be. We ain't finishing last and second to last this time. We are better prepared and ready. Right, we didn't take a look at the grid in any great detail after qualifying, so we'll do it now. We've got Balcazar once again on pole. She is really tearing things up now, getting into her stride. I mean, yeah, the stats aren't too shabby either. But, only 4-star driver. She's not better than Sirikov. I bet Sirikov is smarting. He's a better driver, but in a slower car. She's getting all the glory. If they're in the same car, he's confident he could waste her. Pascal Becker with a neck brace on, he's in second. We've got Espinoza, so it's an all-female lineup for Scuderia Rossini. She is in third, with Harry Chapman squeezing into fourth and knocking down Fischer in the Steinman to fifth. Sylvander's in sixth, Vera Cruz in seventh, De Graaf is in eighth, Lipponen is in ninth, and Matthias de Wolf rounds out the top 10 with the 2 Phoenix Knights racing cars side by side. Okay, we're off. The lights are on. This is going to be a rather interesting race as we line up next to the bus lane. And we're going, and it's a good start by both our drivers, but a better start by Sundin because Sirikov got stuck behind Lipponen. No such luck for Sundin. She's up into 10th place on the harder compound, and she is pushing hard. This could be a strategy that goes flat on its face, giving her the hard compound. Doesn't put the harder compound, but there's a few drivers on the harder compound. The top teams are on the ultras though, but will they last? I don't know. We'll have to wait and see. Sirikov, of course, pushing on the super soft tyre, the middle compound. So you've got a variety of different strategies going on here. Let's see which ones will be the ones to be most successful come the end of the race. But Sundin doesn't seem to be too outpaced here. She's living it up with the guys ahead of her, and in fact she's looking quite racy. She is on the tail here of a Steinman and a... what seems to be a Kitano. And Sirikov just getting into his stride, but he's not in the greatest of form. Needs to pick it up. Sundin, 7.8. She is having a bit of a good time. So, yes. Definitely doing a damn sight better than we did last season. But there's a long way to go, so let's not get overly excited, as there's lots of furniture around and buildings getting in our way. Here we go. Right. Turn him down. Time temperatures just getting a little bit out of hand. Turn him down to high, I think. She's now just going to go high for her. And we'll sort of play it by ear when they cross the line to judge the fuel loads and how many laps are left and stuff like that. But the two Phoenix Heights racing drivers are very close together. Just don't take each other out. That's all we ask. Just do not take each other out as Risato Corsa goes flying on by. Not yellow. Oh, do you know what? We haven't seen a safety car for a long time. But there's no safety car. It's just a yellow flag. And it's Flores. Goodbye. And see you in the next race. Okay. Let's have a look at the old strategies here. Let's have a look at the old strategies. Surikov has 6 laps of fuel, which will take him to lap 10 if he does that. So I think we can keep pushing him. We can keep pushing him on high engine mode, and the tyres, of course, are just the right temperature. Keep him on neutral. She has 7 laps of fuel, so that takes to lap 11. So yeah, we can push her for another lap as well. So, yeah, I'm happy with the cars set up as they are and the strategies right now. Looking good. I'm quite happy with how Sundin is making the soft tyre work here. Harder compound of the sets that we've got, but she is actually making them work pretty good, and she's overtaking Surikov, and she's passed. She has passed her teammate again on the track this time, rather than just at the start. She ain't taking no prisoners, driving on an 8 form and putting Surikov to shame, must be said. And she continues on. Got a long way to go. Oh, we're losing positioning here. Look at this, 3 abreast here. This is not going to end well for somebody. This is just a tragedy waiting to happen. 3 cars into one corner is not a formula that works. 3 cars round a roundabout is not a formula that works, but somehow they have managed to come away unscathed. Barely. Oh, this is tight. This is tight stuff. 21 laps to go. This is insane. Right, okay, so he has just about 4 laps of fuel for Surikov? Takes him to 6, 7, 8, 9. Yeah, that's it done, isn't it? And she's going a lap longer. And he can probably push for a little bit. Ooh, her tyres are beginning to going to the old red zone here. Are they going to last? She has to go 5 laps pretty much. He has to go 4. Will the tyres last that long on both cars? I don't think so. The tyres are wearing out roughly at the same rate, which is going to be an issue when it comes to the pit stops. It's going to be a slight problem. Yeah, I don't think a points finish is on the cards here. This is looking pretty grim as Sundin begins to fall back slightly. I missed the fact that Surikov had passed her again. I mean, he's not massively far away from 10th place. Not massively far away. He can do one more lap on these tyres and then they're probably going to go. Which means, should we bring in one of the cars now? I mean, we've only done 7 laps. That is not enough. We need to do one more. Sundin's going to have to do 2. She might be alright. I say tongue-in-cheek. She might be fine. Okay, so the Ultras are pitting now, which to be fair they've done a very good job. I mean they've lasted just as long as our tyres have. 33%. Right, Surikov pits now. He comes in for a stint on the supers again. We're going to have to extend this stint for as long as possible. 10 laps to leave an 8-lap stint for a potential run on the Ultras for the final stint. We could actually go on the Ultras now. Suppose it depends when we expect to get clear air. If we expect to get clear air now, coming in now, then it would be better to go on the... Do you know what? We're going to go on the faster tyre now. We're going to go on the faster tyre now. They can last 8 laps max. So we'll do that. Yeah, we'll go on the faster tyre now for Surikov. So she's going to have to do this lap and then another one after this on these tyres, which is it's a bit of an ask. It's a bit of an ask, but we are asking. We are asking. I was hoping that they'd last a little bit longer, the old soft tyres. Right, she can actually go in overtake mode here because she's got plenty of fuel, which will hopefully offset against the tyre wear that she's about to suffer. Right, so she's going to come in. She's going to go for another set of soft tyres. She's going to go long again. Another 9 laps. And she's going to do her soft tyre stint at the end. Okay, Surikov's form is now a 4.9. I mean, that is really not helping things. So we're going to give him overtake mode for the entire of this stint, and we're going to just slightly push the tyres for a little bit because we want to have these tyres as long as possible if we can. So just give them a little bit of heat, and then we're going to turn them down. But this is his opportunity now to push. This is his quick middle stint. He's going to come out in 11th position, I think. Is he going to come out in... Oh, no, he's not. He's going to come out just ahead of Sundin. Not massively ahead, but just ahead. Right, and now Sundin is going to push some heat into the tyres. And then turn down for him. That's fine. Some people still haven't pitted. They're quite a ways up the road though. Okay, so here's Sundin. Her form has dropped slightly and she's not massively far behind and she's in the groove. Surikov up into 11th position and there's still a couple of cars ahead of him that needs to pit. So he could make up another place or two. He's on the right tyre for it. Look at that. There's only 2 people on the Ultras right now, so he should be one of the fastest guys on track, technically speaking. And we are giving him full engine power. And he is catching the cars in front pretty rapidly here. 2 people pitting, in fact, and he's already going round and into the pit straight. He's going to sail on by, and he's up into 9th place. And he's still catching the cars ahead. Sundin is in 14th. She's still going to push. She's still going to push. We're giving her absolutely everything here. The cars, as I said, this is going to be a race of us pushing as hard as possible for as long as possible. I've got a feeling our parts are going to be crying at the end of this race. But it's what we need to do to get points here. It's a tough race. A long race. Tyre wear's a problem. We're using the harder compounds to try and negate the tyre wear, but that gives us opportunity to push because of the temperatures of the track being so low. This is a great opportunity for us to push, and look at that, we are catching Veracruz at quite a rate of knots. Sun is stuck behind D'Oster, but we're focusing on one man and we're going to give him a little bit more push, just intermittently giving him the push order. Turn her tyres down now, take her down to high while she's stuck behind cars. Just save perhaps. What am I saying? Keep pushing, love. Keep pushing. Forget what I'm saying. Push! Get past them and push! Come on! You can do it, Sundin. Meanwhile, Surikov on a 4.2 is now all over the back of Vera Cruz. Vera who? Vera what? Vera nothing. I'm after you, pal. I'm coming. Right. We're going to have to turn him down. He needs to do at least 2 more laps. And then it'll be a 10-lap stint right at the end. It's going to be a long one. It's going to be a long, long, long final stint. Perhaps we have gone a little bit too hard. Yeah, perhaps we've gone a little bit too hard on here. But I think 2 laps will last. Yeah, 2 laps is fine for the tyres. And it's just about fine for the fuel. So, yeah, I suppose it was all part of the plan, really. Was all part of the plan, in a weird kind of way. Don't worry about the fuel. You leave the fuel monitoring to me. You just keep driving. You just keep driving, son. And you leave the fuel monitoring to me. Here he comes. Right, he's going to have to do 10 laps after this race is finished, which means it's going to be a full tank of fuel. And which tyres can do 10 laps? The Super Softs at a push. We're going to risk it. We're going to have to do it. We're going to have to risk it because we can't afford to put him on any slower tyre than that. Sundin, where is she? She's still on the softs. She's got a couple of laps of tyre life, a couple of laps of fuel. She's still looking pretty good, really. She's still looking pretty good. Good enough for points? It's going to be touch and go, but it's not beyond the realms of possibility. Okay, so here's Surikov now, coming to his second and final stop, fueling to the end and putting on a set of super soft tyres to take him to the end of the race. Here we go. Mistake with the tyre, it's fine, we're still refueling, it's a long fuel stop. He's now on the right tyre. You can't really afford to push them for too long, but we just need to get a little bit of heat into them. We do have excess fuel for now, so we can push on high mode. Condition of the car is A-OK. So that's him sorted. Right, Sundin. Where is she? One more lap. Oh, she's looking up the inside! Is she looking up the inside here of... who is it? I can't see. It's Schmidt. She's looking up the inside of Schmidt, and she is low on fuel. She's going to have to come in now. She's got low fuel, unless we conserve fuel. Damn it! She's not going to be able to. Oh, they can do 9 laps. It says. Oh, easy peasy lemon flipping squeezy. What am I worried about? She can comfortably do it now. Right, off you go. Super soft for the final stint. Off you go. What am I worried for? I'm not worried. She's going in. Come on. There we go. There we go. Okay, so she comes out in 15th position, which is not bad. Right, tyres. Tyres, just conserve the tyres a little bit. She can go and push for a short time. Where's Surikov? Are we going to pass any drivers here? We need to pass some. We have to do a couple of laps of conserve here with these tyres. I'm concerned for his tyre wear. I'm not concerned for Sundin's just yet. She's got a little bit of life in hers, right. I mean, Surikov's form is so bad. It's not helping matters at all. He's up into 12th. Sundin is up into 13th. She's got a load of cars behind her though. She should be fine. She's used to that. She's used to being pursued. Although one of them is a Steinman and is looking rather swift. He's scything through the field. Okay, we've got a load of people pitting. Now's the time just to put a little spurt on. Oh, there he goes. He's up into 9th position. Good job. Good job. Sundin is in 12th. She didn't quite get out in front of the cars. There's still another driver or two to pit in front of us. This is interesting here. Very interesting. The car behind us is... They're pulling away. They're pulling away. It's fine. And we are up into 8th position. Go on, Surikov. How's the tyres looking? Gearbox issues. 26%! That is very low! That is extremely low! Holy cow! That is insanely low. That is not going to last to the end of the race, surely. Another driver pitting. But he's exiting the pit now. I think everybody now is... Little Balcazar might struggle a little bit, but he's quite a way up the road. Tyres, engine. She can still push her engine. She's got plenty of life left. 4 laps. There's 3 laps to do after this. 24, 20. I think we might be alright, you know. She's... What is she doing? She's struggling. Oh, Surikov, come on, you've got to... Oh, who is this? It's Lipponen. Oh, no. We're going to be powerless. We're going to be powerless to stop him. Is this going to be the theme for the rest of this season? How many times are we going to battle against the damn Windsor? In the last race we had to... Oh, he's gone off the track! He went wrong way around the roundabout. Becker's in and pitting for part repair. He should still come out ahead of us. It's now 20%, but there's only 2 laps to go. You kind of feel that we have to give him some engine here to be able to defend against the Windsor. It's a risk. Oh, we're up into 6th. We're up into 6th here. I mean, look at this. Look at this. Look at this. Screw this. We're going to risk this. We're going to risk it. It's double or quits. It's double or bust. Screw it. We're going for it. There's a train of cars behind. He's saying, you know what? If you want to pass me, you're going to have to pass me. I am tear-assing round this track. I'm going to give him push on the tyres. I'm going to give him the full engine power. Screw it. It's not... Come on, Surikov. Come on. I'll give you full power here. Keep him at bay. Oh, here comes the Steinman. He's and the bloody Scuderi Rossini. This will be a minor miracle if he manages to defend from these 2 cars. He's got the full power, but these guys have got better cars. His car is oh, come on, Surikov. Come on, 6 places, a flipping good result. No. Okay, battle back. He's battling back. Oh, damn it. Just, oh, curses. Oh, it was a good effort. It was a damn good effort. It's Sunday on 12th. Bloody hell, that was close. close, but not close enough. Oh, I thought for a very brief moment we might have been able to hold them off. But I saw some rather disconcerting news. I saw Catano on the podium. I saw Catano in second. I saw De Graaf second place. Holy smokes, how on earth did you do that? Harry Chapman has won the race. Espinosa is in third. Pole position Balcazar finished 6th. Becker 7th. Vera Cruz in the Windsor finishing in 4th. So once again, despite us getting some semi-decent points, both Windsor and Kitano outscore us again, considerably as well. But, on the plus side, unlike last season, we didn't finish last. Nikolai Sirikov bagging 4 points for the team. Sundin struggled really. The issue with her, of course, is the tyre wear situation. We knew she was going to have to at least use 2 sets of softs, and no matter how much we try, that was a slower tyre. So she was always going to be the slower driver. But she fought valiantly. She did a good job on the soft tyre in the first stint. The stops came round and she just fell away a little bit, but no disgrace. Although if you look at the time differential between her and Sirikov, it's 13 seconds. Anyway, we're definitely falling away. Look at them. Them two are neck and neck. 75 points apiece. We are now 29 points behind both of them. Yeah, I think it's slipping away, isn't it? Oh well. It was good while it lasted. So on that rather sweet and sour result. Sweet because we improved considerably on last season's performance, but sour because realism is beginning to set in, and that realism is we're going to finish 6th in the championship. Unless we get a couple of races with some really weird weather conditions that we can really, really benefit from somehow, and somehow get a double podium finish, some minor miracle. Unless that happens, we're just not going to have the legs. I was hoping that by this point in the season, with our extra staff and with our extreme weight stripping, that we would be able to mix it up a bit better, but it seems that we can't. Valdez finishing in 5th position, couldn't repeat his heroics from the Ardennes, but he's still in 2nd position in the championship. Our second gearbox is built, so we shall take a very quick look at that, and we shall install it onto Sundin's car. Okay, and then we shall increase the reliability, ready for the next race. So the next race is our home GP. It's Guildford. It's very high tyre wear, and the compounds really don't look to be massively conducive to high tyre wear. The only saving grace is it's an 18 lap race, which could mean we might be able to squeeze the softer compounds in at least a couple of our stints. Fuel burn is low, so we can push quite hard with the engines. But anyway, that will all be next time. So join me then for the old homecoming. Until then, see you soon.